And here is my take for today, entitled How the Americans Are Thinking About Nigeria's Killings. The issue of the designation of Nigeria as a country of particular concern by the U.S. government has been on for quite a while since Mr. Donald Trump made that surprise decision a few weeks ago. On Thursday, here, inside this room, the Africa Subcommittee of the U.S. House of Representatives Foreign Relations Affairs Committee held a hearing where they looked at the issue of the designation of Nigeria as a country of particular concern. And they had testimonies from Nigerians and Americans. Now, I have a few points about what is going on. Just as the committee, that's the subcommittee on Africa, was holding the hearing on Thursday, Nigerian government also sent a delegation led by the National Security Advisor, Mr. Nuhu Ribadu. As a matter of fact, several times during the hearing on Thursday, there were references to the meetings that Mr. Nuhu Ribadu and his delegation, about 10 of them, had with a number of the members of the committee. Some of the committee members that spoke about the meeting they had with Mr. Ribadu's delegation included the chairman himself, Mr. Chris Smith, that's the chairman of the Subcommittee on Africa of the Foreign Relations Committee of the U.S. House of Representatives. Also, Mr. Randy Moore, who also spoke about the meeting that he had with the delegation on Wednesday. From the look of things, the Americans are very determined to keep a focus on the Nigerian killings. And in my view, this is a big advantage for Nigerians who have been suppressed, and for Nigerians who seem to have gotten to a position of frustration with the incessant killings that have continued for several decades. Now, Mr. Trump has given Nigeria an opportunity, in my view, to resolve what the Nigerian government has not been able to tackle over the years. And if we find a way to leverage on the opportunity, we might be able to get sufficient and critical international support in the area of intelligence and other military assistance that might help the Nigerian government to deal a death blow to these merchants of terror and merchants of banditry and merchants of violence. One of the key issues that was discussed in the meeting, the subcommittee meeting on Thursday, was whether indeed we should focus on the idea of the Christian killings, or we should look at it in a broad sense, because there are also those who are being killed that are not Christians. But like I have said before, the important thing in my view is that Nigerians are being killed, whether they are Christians or whether they are Muslims. Nigerians are being killed. My personal view is that, yes, indeed, Christians are being killed, because I have had the experience when I was working as executive director of the Christian Association of Nigerian Americans in 2012. I have met several of those Christian victims who narrated how their family relatives were killed basically because they refused to give up on their faith. So I know that there is a direct targeting of Christians. Now, anybody who looks at what is happening in Plateau and Benue can also come to that conclusion easily, that there's a target against Christians. But I agree that there are also non-Christians, Muslims, who are also being victims. So ultimately, I think if we can all agree on the fact that Nigerians are being killed, now we have the benefit of an American president who has taken this matter as a priority. We should find ways to resolve this matter. Get the help of the Americans, get the help of the global community to help us to deal with this terrorism. The idea of terrorism and this extreme violence is not looking good on the country. And like I've always said, if you ask the victims of this violence, they don't care, where the help is coming from. If we as a people cannot on our own defeat these merchants of death and merchants of violence, why can we not accept the help of outsiders who are sufficiently keen to help us? This is how I think we can resolve this issue. Let us leverage with the American government. Let us leverage with the international community and see how there can be much support for us to solve this problem. Final point. One of the things that I took away from the hearing, the Congressional hearing, is what is going to be happening going forward. Now, those who spoke on behalf of the U.S. government from the State Department, Mr. Jonathan Pratt and Mr. Jacob Mackey, made it very clear that after the designation of a country as a country of particular concern, there are also other policy initiatives that will develop, including what was announced at the hearing, that there will now be a task force. I think the Nigerian government should embrace the idea of a task force to work together and determine how it is that we can use the help of the Americans to fight what all of us clearly agree is not acceptable. We have to stop the killings. We have an opportunity to do it now. Let us embrace the offer of the Americans. There are no reasons to continue to deny whether it is Christian genocide or whether other Muslims are also involved. Let us just concede, like it is known to the whole world, that Nigerians are being killed. And we have the American government, both the executive arm and the legislative arm, willing and able to offer us this support. Let us embrace that support.